What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a beginner Pilates full body workout. I'm gonna go ahead and link the warm-up up in the cards if you wanna start off with that. And we're gonna go ahead and jump right into things. Now, today we're going to start laying all the way down on our mat. So you can go ahead and swing your legs around. We'll lay everything down gently, kind of wiggle around a little bit, find a comfortable spot for you. Feet are gonna be about hips distance apart. Okay, hands are gonna come down by your sides. Press the palms, the triceps, the shoulders down into your mat. And we're gonna take a couple nice deep breaths. So I want you to inhale through the nose, feel your belly fill up with air. Good, and then we'll take that big exhale, let it go. Good, we'll do just two more like that. Inhaling through the nose. And then taking that big exhale, letting it go. Good, this will be our last one. Inhaling through the nose. And then taking that big exhale, letting it go. Good. From here, we're gonna reach the arms out to our sides. Your palms are gonna flip up towards the ceiling. We'll inhale, lift the arms so they come up above the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades kind of retract into the mat. We're gonna exhale, open those arms right back out. Good. Inhale, we close. We're gonna exhale to open. We'll do that 3 more times. We'll inhale to close. We're gonna exhale to open. This will be 2, close, open, and then last one, close, and open. From here, we'll bring the hands down. Take your hands so they come right to the tops of your hips. You find that bony part of your hip. Kind of hang on to that there. You can grab onto your hips. I want you to start to dig into your hips. See how things feel like in space and if your pelvis is naturally kind of pulling up or coming down. We're gonna work on finding our neutral pelvis before we really start to get into the work. I want you to inhale, tip your hips forward so you get that really big exaggerated curve in your low back. We're gonna inhale to pull through center, and then we take another big exhale. We tilt those hips back the other way, almost lifting your butt off of the mat. We'll do 2 more like that. Come through center, we inhale, tip those hips forward. Exhale, we bring it in. Same thing the other way, tilt those hips up and back. You lift your butt a little bit off of the mat. We come through center, we do it 1 more time, just for good measure, really helping us to find that neutral pelvis. Good, we're gonna come back through center, kind of let your hips settle. See where that is for you, where neutral feels like it is for you. And then bring your hands down by your sides. We'll take an exhale to push into the heels. You're gonna tilt the hips up and under, so you press up into a bridge position. Pause at the top, take an inhale, and then we take another big exhale. You start to roll your hips all the way back down. We inhale at the bottom, we exhale, push into those heels, tilt the hips up, pause at the top, take a breath. We take that another big exhale, roll the hips all the way down. Sorry, words are hard. Good. We're gonna do just 3 more like this. Good. You don't have to press up super far. I know I've talked about this with you guys before. Bigger's not better, it's just bigger. Right, so protect that low back. This will be our last one. When you get up to the top, I want you to hold it there. Good, can you push a little bit deeper into the upper body? Can you push a little bit more into the heels? We'll take some little tiny pulses in the hips. We're gonna move 1 inch down and then 1 inch up, really small, slow and controlled, 1 inch down and 1 inch up for 4 more. This will be 4. Good, for 3. Perfect, you got it for 2. Good, last one. Good, we're gonna lower the hips all the way down. Take a breath if you need it, but if not, we're gonna go right back in. This time the arms come with us. So we'll lift the hips, we'll lift the hands so they come right up above the shoulders. Inhale at the top, see if you can pull those shoulder blades down. We exhale, lower the hips down, lowering the hands down to the mat. Now, as you lift up, check in with your chest. Do you feel it pulling in all the way to your chin? If you do, we've gone a little bit too far. Right, so there's a little bit of space between your chin and your chest. We're maintaining that neutral pelvis shape that we found at the start. We're gonna do 2 more here, and then that second one we hold at the top, so this will be 2. Good, this will be our last one. We're gonna hold up at the top, just hold it there. Press a little bit heavier into your heels, and we're just gonna move the arms. We'll inhale, drop the hands so they tap down to the mat. We're gonna exhale to lift them right back up. Inhale, we'll lower. Good, exhale, we'll lift. We'll do 4 more like that. This will be 4. Good, this is gonna be 3. I feel like 4 was maybe ambitious. We Would have been fine with 2. This will be 2. Good, and this is our last one. We're gonna lift those arms right back up and then lower everything down to the mat. Good, take a breath down at the bottom, rock your knees from side to side. We're gonna do something very similar to that one more time. Okay, this time arms are gonna go open out into a T. Flip those palms in, little soft bend into the elbows. Now what we're gonna do as we press the hips up, we roll them up, we're gonna take those arms with us, close the arms in. You can bring your fingertips to touch right in the center of your body. We inhale at the top, we exhale, lower the hips down as you open the arms out. Now, if the arms are the thing that throws you off, go ahead and ditch it. Right? If you need to feel a little bit more stable, just bring your hands down by your sides. That's cool with me. Good. We do 2 more here, and on that second one, we'll hold up at the top. Good. Remember I said full body workout, so we got to bring those arms in. This is our last one. We hold up at the top. Keep the hips still. Push into your heels. We're just going to move the arms. We inhale, open. We'll exhale, close. Good. We inhale, open. Exhale, close. Check in with that low back. Do you feel tension there? Maybe lower your hips a little bit. That's cool. We'll do 3 more. 3. Good, for 2. And last one. We're gonna open those arms as we lower the hips, bring everything down, and then just rock your knees from side to side. Take a deep breath. Okay, now we're nice and warm. We're gonna keep it moving, keep it going. I want you to lift your legs up into a tabletop position. Take your hands right to the tops of your legs, extend your elbows all the way so you're really confident that your legs are in that tabletop. We're gonna take a dead bug here and we'll just start moving through the legs. So I want you to keep the hands right where they're at. We're gonna inhale, extend that right leg out. We'll exhale, bend the knee, pull it in. Same thing on the left. Inhale, extend that left leg. Exhale, we bend the knee, bring it in. Good, you're pushing hands into legs, legs into hands. Staying really active. The next time you push that right leg out, we're gonna take the left arm with us. Good, so we open both. Same thing on the other side. Left leg, right arm. Good, 2 more each side. 2, and 2. Good, last one. And last one. Good, 1 more variation here. We're gonna work on the right side to start, right hand, right leg. You're gonna inhale, extend the right leg as you push that right hand down. We're gonna exhale, bend the knee, bend the elbow. So we pull back to the start. So we push that leg forward, keep that arm extended. We're gonna bend it in and then pull that left arm home. Good, so almost like you're a puppet. You bring it in and you can lift that hand away from the leg a little bit. We'll just do 1 more each side. Push it forward, bring it in, check in with that low back, see what's going on. Bring it in and then we lower everything down. Good. Take a nice deep breath. Again, just rock the knees side to side. Breathing's very important. Okay, we're gonna reset those feet about hips distance apart, right where they were for our spinal articulation. Hands are gonna come behind the head and we'll take a little set of crunches. So when you're ready to move, we're gonna exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, keep those elbows out nice and wide, curl up into that crunch. Good, we're gonna inhale up the top and then roll it back down. Good, you can also just exhale, lift, and inhale, lower. It doesn't really matter, however you wanna do it, however you're comfortable. Good, we'll take 4 more like this. So this will be 4. Good, we've got 3, 2, and last one. We're gonna lower everything down. Bring those hands down by your sides. Press the palms down, the triceps, the shoulders down. We're gonna lift both of the knees back up into that tabletop position. So knees right above the hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. Keep your upper body down for right now. We're gonna start taking that right foot. You're gonna tap the right toes down towards the mat. They don't have to touch, just get pretty close. Same thing on the left. We're just gonna tap the toes down, lift them back up. Now, as we start to move here, check in with your low back, see what's going on there. Do you feel a lot of space between you and your mat? Do you feel like your pelvis is tipping forward like that? If it is, we've gone way too far, and you'll know because it won't feel so nice. Or hopefully you'll know. Good. There we go. We're gonna do 2 more each side. 2. Good, and 2. Perfect. This will be our last one. And last one. Good. We're gonna hug the knees in towards our chest. Take a big deep breath. I've got one more thing to do right here. So reset those knees in a tabletop. Hands are gonna stay down. All we're gonna do here is inhale, extend those legs. Exhale, we'll bend. Now, if you start to feel a lot of pressure in your low back, I want you to think about kicking the legs up instead of trying to kick them forward, okay? So only you know what's gonna be best in your body. If you feel that tension in your low back, do not hesitate to kick those legs up instead. You're still gonna feel a lot of work. We do 3 more like this. 3, good. You have 2, and last one. Good, we bring everything in, hug those knees in, rock the hips side to side, take a nice deep breath. We're gonna bring the hips over towards the right, so shift everything to the right and then roll onto your left hip. It doesn't have to be graceful. Take that left arm, we're gonna bend the left elbow, make a little pillow for your head with your bicep. If you actually have a little pillow that you wanna use here, you can do that too. We're gonna tuck the knees up underneath us so we come into kind of a fetal position. Hips stacked on top of each other, knees stacked, feet stacked. Take the right hand, slide it underneath the left side of your body. There should be space between you and your mat, so much space you could just slide the fingertips under you. Okay, once you're there, we're gonna lift that right leg up in line with the hip. You can point your toes or you can flex your foot. I'm gonna leave that decision up to you. All we're gonna do is exhale to lift. We're gonna inhale, lower. Good, just lift and lower, good. Now, it doesn't have to be huge. The biggest things I always want you to focus on when we're doing these hip stabilizing movements like this are keeping your hips stacked right on top of each other. So for me, my top hip likes to push down. So try to keep it stacked. You're pushing into that bottom hip as well. We're keeping the top leg, the working leg, up at hip height. And we're maintaining this little bit of space between us and our mat. So you'll know if you go too far, look what happens to the side of your body. You press down into the mat. So I don't care how high you get, that doesn't matter to me. It matters to me that you're moving with really good form and you're moving with intention. Good. 3 more like this. 3. Good, this will be 2. And last one, we bring the leg down. I want you to point the toes. We're gonna draw a little rainbow. Right toes come around towards the front corner of that mat or even in front of your mat. You're gonna exhale, arc that leg up and over, bring it back towards the mat, not letting your hips pull back with you. So a little arc forward and then a little arc back. I feel very confidently that we've done a rainbow before in our beginner hip stability workouts. I did 2 dedicated hip workouts in June and in May. So if you want to check those out, I'll go ahead and link those. If you love sideline stuff like this, those workouts are going to be really good for you. We're not doing a dedicated hip workout this week, so this is all we get. We're going to do 3 more like this. This will be 3. Good. This is 2. Arc it up and around, and this will be our last one. Whoo, bring that right leg in. You can bend the knee, take a little tap out through your hip. And now from here, we're gonna press ourselves up. We're gonna take a little modified side plank, okay? So I want you to keep your left hand down on the mat. We're gonna stack the hips, stack the knees, stack the feet. When you're ready to move, we're gonna exhale to push into that left hand, lift the left hip off of your mat, and you can lift the right arm up overhead if that feels okay. Good, we're gonna inhale, lower things down. So we're squeezing through the left side oblique just to lift and then to lower. Good, we're just gonna do 3 more here. This will be 3. Good, my hand's getting out of the frame, that's okay. This will be 2. Good, and then last one. Good, we're gonna bring it down and then I actually want you to press it up one more time. Lift that right arm up overhead. We're gonna take a little bit of rotation, taking that right arm, rotating the right arm down towards the mat so we square the shoulders. We're gonna exhale to lift. We'll do that 4 more times. Inhale, rotate. Good, exhale, lift. 3 more. This is 3. Good, this will be 2. Good, everything comes down, drop the bottom hip down, take a second, come off of your wrist, shake it out, and we're gonna swing the legs around. We'll do that same thing over on the other side. So come down onto your right hip, We'll lay all the way down onto that right arm. My hair feels crazy. Hopefully it's not so crazy you can't pay attention. Hips stacked, knees stacked, feet stacked. Make a little pillow for your head with that right bicep. And then take the left hand. Give yourself a hug so you've got some space between you and your mat and you're confident in that space. You're gonna hang on to it. You can take the left hand right in front of you if that feels good. And we're gonna lift that left leg up so it comes right in line with the hip, point or flex, I don't care, whatever you prefer. And we're just gonna exhale to lift that left leg. We're gonna inhale to lower, working from hip height upward. So try not to let your leg come down below hip height. That's gonna take us out of that working zone. It's still going to be challenging, right? But if you do it right, it's more challenging. Bet you love to hear that. Good, now this side is gonna start to feel a little bit different. It's gonna burn out a little bit quicker. Our left hip just did a lot of work on the first side to help us stabilize, so it's tired, right? We have to push through it, and we can, I promise. 3 more, 3. Good, this is 2. And last one. Good, hold that left leg up, point your toes, little rainbow. Bring that left foot around and in front towards that top corner. We exhale, arc it up and back. Good, trying to maintain that space between us and our mat. Sometimes with the rainbow, weird stuff happens, okay? Minimize the amount of weird stuff. Good, as you lift your leg and you bring it up and back, just make sure your hips don't start to roll you back off of the mat. If you look like this, we've gone very obviously too far. I always exaggerate when I'm like, if you look like this, you've gone too far. It's like, yeah, duh, obviously, nobody looks like that. Good, but it gives you kind of an idea, like the extreme of what could happen and what should not be going on. We're gonna do 3 more like this. This is 3. Keep breathing, this will be 2. Good, all the hip stuff is always so hard for me. This will be our last one. Good, bring that left leg in, take a deep breath, tap out the hip. Just a little bit, you're doing good, you're gonna make it. We're gonna press ourselves up so we come back into that modified side plank. Right hand comes down, we're gonna stack the hips, stack the knees, stack the feet. And when you're ready to move, we're gonna exhale, push into the right hand. We'll circle that left arm around and up. We're gonna inhale, lower the right hip down as we come back down to that mat. Exhale, circle around and up. We inhale, lower that right hip down. Now it doesn't really matter what you do with the left hand. You can also just keep it on your hip. That's cool with me. If you start to feel your right hand is slipping away from you, go ahead and bring it back in. We wanna try and get the shoulder over the wrist, but your wrist a little bit in front of your shoulder is fine too. If that helps you to feel more stable, go ahead and take it there. We'll do 2 more like this. So this will be 2. Hand on the hip is always a really good option. Good. This will be our last one. We'll bring things down and then we're gonna pop it right back up. Circle that left arm around and up. We start to rotate, rotating that left shoulder down towards the mat. We'll lift it back up. Good, 4 more, 4. Good, this will be 3. Good for 2. And last one. Good. We'll bring everything down, circle that left arm down. We're gonna pop ourselves around so that we come face down on our mat. Hands are gonna stay down, but I'm also gonna give you the option to come down to the forearms if that's what you prefer. I'll start out up on my hands. And we're just gonna find a modified plank. If you're feeling good and you wanna pop up into that full plank, tuck those toes under, take your plank from there. It's gonna be our last little push. So shoulders over the wrists, we're gonna pull that belly button up and in, little tuck of the tailbone. I want you to shoot the right leg back. We're gonna lift and lower that right leg for a count of 6. This will be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right leg comes in, same thing on the left. Shoot that left leg back for 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left leg comes in. We're gonna hold this plank for a count of 10. If you wanna pop up onto the toes, we're just gonna be here for 10, for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees, press the hips back, reach the arms long in front of you. Take that big child's pose. Good. We'll walk both of our hands over towards the right side of the mat, opening up through the left side. If you want to take that left hand, you can reach it back behind you so we open up the chest and the shoulder. Take that little twist or half wrap. Good, big breath here. Good, we'll walk those hands back through center and then take them around towards the left side of our mat, opening up through that right side, maybe taking the right hand, a little half wrap back behind you. If that feels good. Big breath here. Good. We'll come back through center and then just start to walk yourself up, come back up through seated. And that's where I'm gonna leave you guys. Remember, you're awesome. You can do anything you put your mind to. If you want a little bit of a bigger stretch, I'm gonna link last month's stretch right up in those cards. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow.
I just can't resist you. You got me drunk in love.